guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here to give you an update on my spiritual journey and tell you some amazing news. So the news is I got into nursing school, which is very exciting. It's really incredibly challenging to get into nursing school right now, which is not something I really knew or expected. But most programs are very impacted, and so it's very challenging to get in. In fact, I got 3 rejections before I got acceptance into my top choice program. So it was a really tense and nerve-wracking time waiting for the news, but lo and behold, I got into my top choice school, which is San Francisco State, and it was the one that my guides were pointing toward, the one that my guidance felt called to. And so it's an accelerated program. It's only 15 months, and I actually start in just a few weeks. So I'm getting all ramped up. I'm getting ready. It's very exciting. It's a lot of change. It's a little bit overwhelming, but I'm looking forward to it, and it's a really exciting time of change for me. So I specifically wanted to make this video to give you guys an update of what my journey has been like lately, because I haven't posted in a while, and now that I'm starting school, I may not post for another long while. So I know I've been sharing with you a little bit of the changes that have happened since I got the download to go into nursing, which was January of 2021, and I am now filming this in May of 2022. So, by the way, I'm about to go into a ton of really existential, spiritual, sometimes woo-woo details about my soul journey. So if that's not your thing, then feel free to click off. I don't feel like this video is for everyone. I do feel like there are specific people that the universe is asking me to make this video for, because I think that some of what I've been going through may be something you can relate to, and I hope that what I share will be helpful to you. So follow your intuition as to whether or not you want to keep watching this video, and as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. So in January of 2021, just after I turned 32 years old, I got the download from the universe to go into nursing. This was a surprise, it was an invitation, and as you know, I willingly said yes because that is my relationship to my intuition. I follow the flow, I trust what I know, and I go for it. So ever since then, I have been going through a major shift energetically in order to prepare myself for this next leg of the journey. So what I sensed intuitively is that before my journey into nursing, before I got this download, I was on an ascendant path in my consciousness, in my spiritual journey. So through all my 20s up until that 32nd birthday, it was like I was climbing a ladder to higher and higher frequencies, higher and higher consciousness, reaching up for my guides, my angels, my highest knowing. And when I got that download, this was shortly after my husband and I, then fiance, moved to San Francisco. I knew there was going to be something big shifting in my career, but I had no idea what it was going to be. And so I get this download, and I literally felt my soul turn a corner and come back down to the earth and to the physical body. And what I've shared with you before on my channel is that I knew that part of me going into nursing was me bringing spirituality and science together and integrating these two worlds that seem so disconnected at this time in our world. And so what that meant, in order for me to bring science and spirituality together, I needed to integrate that into my being, into my body. So I felt myself turn a corner. All of 2021, I was moving back down into the body. And what this meant was that I was becoming aware of more and more of the trauma and the fears of physical suffering for humanity. So I was tapping into a lot of the collective anxiety and trauma around illness and death and loss, injury, just fears of being in the body as I traveled down from what felt like my little blissful spiritual cloud. I started to integrate more into the physical, which means I was more tapped into the hardships of being in the physical as well. And I moved through it. I was shifting through a lot of these energies, integrating them, and then I got married in October, which was fantastic. In December, my husband and I got the calling to move to the East Bay, which is where we are now. And then my 33rd birthday came around, January 20th, 2022. I turned 33. You may not know this, but 33 is my soul number. 333 is always like the angel number that I resonate with the most. I really feel most tapped into it energetically. And 3 has always been my favorite number, 3 and 8. And so I sort of was excited to turn 33 and not knowing what it would be in store for 33, but it's a big number for me. And it's also the number, I call it my Jesus year, because Jesus was 33 when he was crucified. And I feel that Jesus is definitely one of my soul guides. So it's my power number, it's my soul number, and it has this big like Christ consciousness energy to it. So I turned 33, and just before I turned 33, I got a download. I was setting intentions in my journal, and I started just downloading these intentions out of nowhere that there's no way I could have thought of these on my own. These weren't ideas in my mind that I wanted to manifest or create or go for. Like, I had no ego attachment to them. It was all just downloaded pure from spirit, and I just put them in my journal. And I remember I shared them with a girlfriend of mine, and it was just funny because I was kind of like surprised, like I didn't even know where they were coming from, but they really felt right. They really resonated. So after my birthday, I started to feel a little bit of this impending doom sensation, like this anxiety rising up, and I wasn't quite sure what to do about it, or if anything, just allow it. And then on March 14th, I had a really big shift and what I call my snap experience, where I felt my consciousness snap. That's the only word I can use to describe it. And ever since then, I have been shifting energetically in a massive way. My guides let me know that this shift experience was an empathic initiation for me. Now, I feel that I was already an empath for sure before this happened. So it's not like it was my first awakening into empathy, but it was certainly an initiation into a deeper, heavier, darker, and denser experience of the pain of the world. I will try to explain this in the simplest terms. I know it can be a little bit out there, but I'm sharing this because I'm hoping that if any of you out there have gone through anything like this, then I can be of support to you and reassure you that you are on your track, you're on the right path, you're not crazy, and this is part of your soul awakening or a part of your service. And so on March 14th, I was sitting on my beautiful patio outside, and I felt this anxiety rising up, and it came to like a climax moment where I felt like something was going to explode. And all of a sudden, I felt this snap. And I was listening to music out on the patio, and I closed my eyes, and this calm washed over me. And I felt this light, almost like it was like a laser, like scanning me in a way, but just like combing me, raking me from head to toe and inside out. And I felt the anxiety wash away, and I felt peaceful, and I felt this light wash over me. Meanwhile, the sun is like dancing through the leaves of these trees and glowing and kind of hitting me at the perfect points. I'm listening to music, and I see these hawks start to circle overhead, and they're cawing, almost like they're with me. They're connecting with me spiritually, energetically. I felt this Native American energy, this spirit with me, because I feel that this land I'm on here in Hayward is Native American. There's a lot of just tribal energy here. And so I just was receiving this powerful moment, and I got out my laptop and started channeling something that was coming through me. It was guidance, but it felt different than anything I've channeled before or felt before. And so that night, my husband and I went to the Warriors game. It was fantastic. We won. Steph Curry's birthday. We had a great night. And it's funny because I very much feel like this new chapter has been a soul warrior or a spirit warrior phase for me. So it's cool that I've been so connected to the Warriors basketball team. Anyway, the next day after the snap, I looked back at what I channeled and I just got this huge heaviness and this density that washed over me. And I had just a ton of anxiety come up, and it took me a long time to understand what was going on. And I want to not make this video too long, so I'll try to abbreviate. But essentially, you know, over the next few weeks and even months, I have been getting downloads about what this snap shift experience was for me. So my guides have let me know it's an empathic initiation. I am deepening and grounding my empathic energy into the earth's frequencies so that I can be of more support to humanity, especially as a nurse. Because you guys, I very much was living on my blissful cloud before this happened, and I've been fortunate to not have experienced a lot of physical trauma in my lifetime. I've never had surgery, I've never broken a bone, I've never been gravely sick. I haven't even lost a loved one that was very close to me other than my grandma, but I don't know, it felt like, you know, it was her time. And anyways, I have suffered in my way. I have certainly suffered, but there's a level of physical trauma that I've never had to witness yet. And also, I would say a level of mental health, heaviness, darkness, mental illness that I've never witnessed in myself or those close to me. So I had a lot of waking up to do to the trauma of humanity, of the collective, because I sort of feel like I floated into this lifetime on my cloud, and it was so easy for me then to see fear and just send it away. I really didn't feel powerless to fear, which was fantastic. I really miss that, because now I'm very much more present with and empathic to the heaviest, densest frequencies of humanity throughout history, throughout time, of the collective. And so what that has looked like is I have waves of density that come through me, just waves of heaviness. Sometimes it feels like depression, sometimes it feels like anxiety, sometimes there's no thoughts, it's just an energy, it's just a heaviness in my gut. And at first I was very afraid. I really thought I was losing my mind, and I was super scared. And thank God my soul tribe here on earth, and also my heavenly soul tribe, my guides and angels, were there for me to keep reassuring me, like, you're more tapped in than ever before. Like, trust this, you've got this, like, you are not losing it. This is all a part of your path. And so the less I was afraid of these waves, the more I've been able to witness and allow them, and allow myself to integrate the deeper depths I'm here to feel now. Because you can imagine going into nursing, I'm going to be seeing trauma. I'm going to be holding people and helping people who are dying. And while I was intellectually capable of conceiving of that before, now I'm going to be physically present with those energies. So it has been a lot to download and integrate, and it's getting better, but I do feel like my whole internal reality has shifted. I do not feel like the same person I was a year and a half ago when I would post my full moon, new moon meditation videos. I miss my older self, but I also know that on this journey of change, we have to keep letting go and surrendering and allowing the newness to arise. And at the same time, I'm very much still in process. I'm still absolutely the caterpillar in the cocoon, in the chrysalis, you know, goopy and dying and falling apart. And I do feel like there's been a major ego death for me. So many things I was holding on to before that I identified with or thought I knew about spirituality or about life are just crumbling away, so that I can be more open to something more expansive, something deeper, something more compassionate. So I have been unable, I've wanted so badly to come on my channel and share meditations with you guys and share inspiration, but I simply could not. I have not been able to. I've been so deep in process that I've just been doing my human stuff. Like, I've been doing as much as I can to just stay in my body and allow this journey to keep unfolding. because I think the universe knew, like, we got to get her ready for school that starts in June. So let's power through some major energetic downloads and initiations before she gets there, because starting week 3, I'm in the hospital in my clinical. So I've tried to be very courageous. I have been very brave, and I have been allowing this process to unfold. Again, I want nothing more than to be on my channel sharing meditations and insights with you guys, but that has not been part of this path for now. That has been off the table for the time being. I truly hope that I can come back, and someday I see myself integrating all of this and becoming this whole other new version of me. And I very much want to be sharing on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram then, but who knows what that will look like, you know? The other thing that has been coming through is that I feel like this chapter for me has taken me from maiden to mother. Even though I have not had a physical human baby yet, I feel that I'm becoming the mother of my own inner child, the mother of my own self, in a deeper way than ever before. I have an awesome mom in human real life, you know, and I guess I've leaned on her so much for so long that this initiation for me has been a lot about being my own divine mother inside, being the strength, being the vessel to allow this huge shift and transformation within me. And I do feel like it's preparing me for motherhood so that I can have my human babies, but also to be the divine mother as a nurse, to hold space for humanity, for the collective, for the shadows and the darkness that are out there that I now feel on such a deeper level. So I am breathing through it, and there's so much more to say. Like, I've had so many downloads and so many insights about this, so many symbols, so many archetypes coming through for me, and it's powerful, and I'm humbled. I'm so grateful. But what I want to share lastly, for anyone who may be experiencing a similar dark night of the soul or a similar empathic initiation, or maybe feeling overwhelmed with the collective experience, you know, that we're going through right now, I want to share with you the intentions, some of the intentions that I downloaded right before I turned 33, because I feel like they're not just for me. I feel like they are for a lot of us out here going through this massive awakening of planet Earth. So the other vision that came to me before I share the intentions, the other vision that came to me is that, you know, I was climbing this ladder in my spiritual journey, raising up to higher consciousness all through my 20s up to 32. When I got the download to be a nurse, I started climbing back down the ladder, but I'm not only climbing back down, it's like I'm pulling the sky with me. Almost like I'm just pulling this like white sheet that represents the sky, which represents higher consciousness. I'm pulling it down the ladder with me as I go deeper down into the density of the collective shadow. And that image for me is helpful because it gives me a little bit of an idea of the energy I'm working with, and it helps me recognize where I'm at, you know, because there's been moments where I feel so disoriented that all I can do is not think. If I try to figure it out, I feel completely lost in the midst of a big transformation. You know, I haven't integrated it fully, so it's really hard to figure it out in a sense. I wanted to share this also, that in between moments of total disorientation and then waves of like density and heaviness, I've also had at least 3 experiences of what I would call Samadhi, even though I haven't really studied Buddhism or Samadhi or even really know what that should feel like. For some reason, when I've been in that state, I've been like, this feels like Samadhi. That's all I could describe it as. And in those Samadhi moments, I have felt a pure, open, expansive clarity, emptiness, but in the most full way of just serene peace. And I was able to move through my day. You know, I wasn't meditating, I was driving a car, I was out there in the world going to the store, but I would have these moments of just pure, expansive consciousness, no thought, pure witnessing self. And so it's been really nice to have those moments of ease and expansion and peace come through, while I'm also downloading and integrating the darkest energies I've ever felt in this lifetime. So no doubt it's been one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And I'm just grateful. I'm just so grateful that my guides, my angels are here with me. My soul tribe is here with me. You guys are here with me to walk this journey together. And so I am here for you. If you have been going through anything similar, or if in the future you might, I just want to remind you that all is well. You are guided, you are supported, you are not lost. And sometimes all we can do is allow. All we can do is detach and allow the flow to take us where we're meant to go, without trying to control it, without trying to stop it, without trying to reach any certain outcome. For a minute there, I wanted to go backward. I wanted to go back to who I felt I was before. And the universe lovingly reassured me, my dear, that is not possible. We never go back. We always flow on, ever expanding. And so anyways, I'm here for you guys, and I want to share some intentions from my journal from when I turned 33 and really feel like I've been on this cosmic Christ consciousness path of servitude. Because when I stepped into 33, I said, God, I want to be of service. I'm going into nursing. Show me what you want me to do. And this is how it's been unfolding. So I'm going to read these, some of them, and I would like you to just listen and feel. Maybe I'll elaborate on a couple of them. And please just take what resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't feel like it's for you, then it's not. So the first one I wrote down is, recognize that the ego is holding on to expectations, but the higher self is already celebrating. So just picture your higher self dancing in the cosmos and trusting and loving these ups and downs you're going through, even though the ego is holding on so tightly with control. Welcome each encounter as a gift. Be willing to be the only one, to not fit in, to not be understood. This one has been so crucial for me because I've always felt like I was different. I always felt like not very many people could really relate or understand my journey and my path and my mission. And the ego is very afraid of that. The ego says, oh my God, like I need to be understood. I need to be affirmed. I need to be validated. I need to have people who get me and who are on the same page. And yet each of our souls are so unique, and each of our paths and our missions are so unique. And so when we're really willing to be the only one, when we're really truly willing to follow and trust our inner knowing without having the world affirm it for us, that's when we really align with the mission. Now, we will receive affirmation for sure, but it won't necessarily be from other humans in the way that you would hope. So you might receive affirmation and just, download signs from your angels, signs from your guides. Maybe somebody does affirm you and they don't even know that they've done it. Maybe they just make one comment and you're like, oh, that's what I needed to hear. So be willing to be the only one. Remember that this path of mine is all in service to the universe rather than my ego's choosing. This is such a huge thing we're waking up out of in the collective, because the spiritual narrative for a lot of people for a while now has been about manifesting the reality you want to see. And there's a lot of ego in that. There's a lot of personal will attached to that and not divine will. So, if this doesn't resonate with you, then that's fine. You may not be ready to surrender to divine will. For me, in this chapter of my journey, I'm 1,000% aligned with my path of service. I only want God's divine will for me. And so that's why I'm here. I have nothing to fix or figure out, but rather I am being done by the universe. And this has been so helpful because, when I really felt like I was losing my mind, I thought I need to be fixing this. Like there's something is wrong and I need to change it. Or we tend to see that in the world. We think, the world is going crazy. We need to somehow fix this and figure this out. But the true awakened path is to trust that the universe is orchestrating everything on our behalf. And we are simply a masterpiece, a piece of art being done by the universe. Just like a butterfly comes through this caterpillar, this chrysalis, the caterpillar couldn't have manifested that or created it or controlled it. It was the universe guiding this beautiful process, this beautiful transformation into butterfly. So I think our journeys are similar to that. You know, we don't have as much control as we'd like to. And so try to remember that you don't have to fix this or figure this out. You are being done by the universe. Oh, this one's kind of funny. These changes are not up to me, and they're certainly not my problem. And remember, I wrote these before I even knew what I was about to experience. So I'm just kind of giggling writing these, like, wonder what that's about. These changes are not up to me, and they're certainly not my problem. How cool is that to think what I'm going through is not my problem? I'm just going through it. I'm just on a journey. I'm just on a trajectory. I'm being done by the universe. These changes aren't up to me, and they're not my problem. So I guess I don't need to have a problem with this, right? This one. No rules of the past are relevant now. You guys, this is a part of awakening. Sometimes we have to surrender everything we've known and held on to, everything we've been attached to, in order to let the new transformation, the new evolution really be born. So no rules of the past are relevant now. That can feel very disorienting. Well, so what do I hold on to? And I think the key is don't hold on. Trust. Let go. Allow. Know that whatever's here to serve you, whatever's in true alignment, will show up in the moment you need it. So don't worry about the rules. I hope you know what I mean by that, rules. You know, it's not like a physical egoic type of rule. It's like the laws of the universe in a way. They're always expanding. Everything that will come in 33 will be a gift from the divine. And that was for me because I was turning 33, but maybe that for you, that's this chapter or the chapter when you're going through the dark night of the soul. Everything will be a gift from the divine. You'll find out why later. Take nothing personally, let everything in. This is so beautiful, you guys. Take nothing personally. These changes aren't your problem. They don't have to be about you. You don't have to take it personally. Let everything in. Let this experience in. Let life in. Let emotions in. Let love in. Even let fear in. That's what I've been going through, is letting fear in and saying, hello, what do you need from me? Like, I am here to love. I'm here to be in the light. And so that means I'm here to bring fear into the light as well. This one is for me specifically. It's live out loud, share authentically and vulnerably. That's all that is asked. And that's why I am sharing this video with you today, because, you know, this part of the journey has been so intense that I've been holding it in. I mean, I've been telling people who are close to me, but I haven't been wanting to shout it on the internet until I felt ready. And so I'm here to share it with you because I know that living my authentic truth vulnerably is what helps others. Okay, these are the last several. And I say several because these came in a chunk. Like, it really just felt like a paragraph that I like downloaded. And these are some of the most powerful, I think. We kind of touched on it a little bit already, but no problems, just presence. What if you lived your day like that? There are no problems, there's just presence, just a witnessing of this very moment, these feelings, these thoughts. I don't have a problem with this. I'm not taking it personally. This just is just presence. Just witness, just breath. Ride the waves of energy. Untie all your knots of identity and understanding. Again, this goes back to there are no rules of the past, or the rules of the past are not relevant now. Untie your knots of identity and understanding. So part of the awakening journey is letting go of who we thought we were and what we thought we knew. We have to keep surrendering, letting old parts of us die away so that the new can be born, so that we can continue expanding and awakening. Let the tide shift within. Another one, ride the waves, you know, just let life move you. I love this one. None of this is about you because there is no you. There is only I, God, oneness. You know, it's semantics, but I love it. It's like, there is no you. You're the one who takes it personally. I am one with God. I am the oneness of the universe. You are more tapped in than ever before. You are celebrated far and wide in heaven. Your guides and angels are cheering for you. Your loved ones on the other side are cheering for you. Your higher self is cheering for you. And you are more tapped in than ever before. Trust it. No matter what it looks like, no matter what you're coming up against, trust that you are more tapped in than ever before. Those are the intentions that I downloaded for this part of my journey, and I hope that they are helpful to you in some way and inspiring to you wherever you're at in your journey. And now I prepare to go to nursing school, which will be a transformative portal of its own, and I'm excited to see what happens as I flow through it. I really hope that I'll be able to create videos for you guys in the future, but we will just have to wait and see. Again, I am just surrendering to this journey and letting the universe speak through me whenever that's meant to happen, and letting go of the expectations of any outcome. If you've been a Patreon supporter of mine for a while, I completely understand you canceling your subscription because I don't know when I'll be able to post regularly, but I want to thank each and every one of you for your donations over this chapter of the journey, over my whole career so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. Thank you for your connection with me, your kindness, your friendship. Being here with you guys on my channel has meant everything to me, and I can't wait to be back. I'm gonna leave this channel here and I am going to come back, and it's just a matter of when and how and what it all looks like. But stay tuned. Please follow me on my journey. You can follow me on Instagram at DivinelyGia if you haven't already, because I post in my stories there more regularly. Just regular human stuff. I haven't really been doing any spiritual teaching per se, but mostly just sharing like stuff about me and my husband and my dog, and I'll be sharing things about my journey, I'm sure. So feel free to connect with me there and follow me on Instagram. I can't wait to post again on YouTube, but we'll just have to see when it is. And I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching this. Feel free to comment and let me know if anything clicked for you. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you later.